Thanks, Steve. What a beautiful song. I could hear Dorothy singing that song. If you knew Dorothy, that's where her heart was, and that's what she was holding on to. My name is Trevor. I'm Dorothy's third grandson. I want you to know a little about little Nana. I had two Nanas. One was big and one was little. Sorry, little. Yeah. And if you knew Dorothy, you could guess why she was called Little Nana. She was born Dorothy Alma Denham. Is that right, by the way? Yes. Thank you. On the 16th of April in 1919. And she passed away peacefully on the Sabbath morning of the 11th of June 2016. That made her 97 years young. Dotty. Dorry. Dot. Anyone remember any other names? Mum. Mother. Nana. Dorothy the dinosaur, we used to call her. Of her own family, Nana is survived only by her older sister Joyce, who is 99 years old in Melbourne, and Joyce's daughter is here today. Sandra, thanks for coming. Her father was Frank Denham, and her mother was Elsie Honor Smith. Nana grew up in Brunswick in Melbourne. Her father had a fruit and veggie stall at the Victorian markets in Melbourne, and as a result they always had plenty of fresh produce. During her primary school years, she was awarded Ducks of the School, and she proudly ran home from school and told her mother that the teacher had called her the Duck of the School. Nana used to catch the bus every day to work, and one day she saw a guy pedalling beside the bus as fast as he could and smiling. It was Roy, and he chased that bus every day just to get a glimpse of Dorothy, and that is how they met. That was Roy Liversidge. He was a hard-working young sheet metal worker. They were married in Brunswick, Melbourne in 1938, just before World War II. Dorothy and Roy had 6 children. There was Lynette, who is here today. There was Bill, who passed away recently. There was Jeffrey, who ran away from home when he was 16 and went to New Guinea, where he ran jungle tours, chasing crocodiles through the jungle at night. Jeffrey became a chief and has a large family there today, not sure how many. Nana visited him recently in New Guinea. After Jeff came Julie, who lives in New Zealand, who I think is watching now. Hey Julie, raise your hands and wave to Julie. There you go. And then there was Andrew, who lives in Brisbane with his wife Mary, and Pippi, who is here today, and she's here with her husband Bob. All up today there are 91 grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and as Steve missed out, great-great-grandchildren. And we had some photos recently of 5 generations below Nana Liversidge of little babies. There's one outside there who she met recently, young Jack. Dorothy's mother passed away when she was only 25, when Dorothy was 25. The war was still going on, and she and Roy had 4 young children by then. They were very lean times. She became very unwell after she had her 5th child, Andrew. Raising 5 children in those times when you are deathly sick is a very difficult task. When Andrew was about 5, a little lady from the Seventh-day Adventist Church came to the door selling books. And she saw how sick Mother was, and thereafter she came to the house and gave her treatments of hot towels and cold towels and other little remedies that she'd learnt of, and the illness left Nana. That lady also showed Nana how to live a healthy lifestyle. Thank you, Mrs. Helsby was her name. Mrs. Helsby. Dorothy's life changed dramatically from this point, and she lived on a further 67 years after that. The beautiful Christian lady also looked after the children and fed them. Nana was forever grateful, and from that time she learned to love and serve God. She had a great faithfulness in God's promise to provide. And even though they didn't have much, She strove to deliver the best possible for her 6 children, and by any standard, I'd say they did really well. All the children got a private education and were well clothed and fed. Barefooted, but yes. She worked to help raise money at the Grey Sisters at Canterbury, which was an institution that was caring for mothers and babies. She undertook house cleaning in Toorak for some of Melbourne's elite, the Bevel jewellery family. She cleaned their house. She collected what others threw away and sold it at the local markets. She continued this for many years. One of her granddaughters, who is here today, recalls Nana taking her to the op shop regularly to find real bargains. To put it in her own words, Nana instilled in me a love of junk. Now, that granddaughter and her husband have a significant hard waste collection business in Melbourne through Nana's love of junk. What a beautiful memory. My Uncle Andrew told me that no view of Mum's life would be complete without a few stories of her absolute devotion to her children, and their children, and their children's children, and their children's children. I can't say that. Uncle Andrew recalled how Nana gave up her personal needs to nurture the interests of the kids. He recalls when she found the money to buy him a 6-inch reflector telescope, which was an amazing acquisition at that time, so that he could further his interest in astronomy. Besides that, he wanted to watch the ants on the wall of the church 200 metres away. She also scraped and saved to buy a Wurlitzer organ for the family home. Andrew says that at that time he never realised how much he had to sacrifice to achieve these things. Yet all along, her heart of gold encompassed the needs of others. Not too many people know, but she was very active in the church's charitable society called the Dorcas Society, servicing the needs of people who were less well off. Andrew recalls there was a migrant family of Italians living on the hillside out back of our place at Ferntree Gully in Victoria. They had 12 kids and existed only on what they could grow. Even though we didn't have a lot ourselves, Mum always made sure that she cooked extra, and Julie and I used to walk it around to them. I don't think I realised it then, but it was a really magnanimous gesture. But Mum was like that. If the shirt off her back would fit, you got that shirt. She was very generous. She was protective of her kids, especially when they got into situations. At one time, Andrew had a pistol at home, a gun, handgun at home, which one of his friends from the local shooting club was getting him to repair. The handle was broken. Apparently, the police got wind that there was a gun at the Liversidge home, and they came to search the house. Nana allowed them in on the condition that she be with them wherever they went. And Andrew says, she spotted the pistol sitting on my chest of drawers and quick as a flash whisked it away and secreted it inside her bra. And in Andrew's words, luckily she was of ample bosom to conceal it. And fortunately for me, we got away with it. Nana became a very health-conscious person. She was a strict vegetarian and stopped eating meat and drinking alcohol and drinking coffee and eating cheese. She was adamant that all of her family do the same, for their own good, of course. Consequently, many were scolded for not adhering to her counsel of eating the right way. Perhaps even many outside of the family could remember being scolded for not eating the right way. Well, I can say that healthful living saved Nana's life in her younger days, and it got her to 97 years old. What a testimony to healthful living. Her granddaughter, Janine, recalls, Nana was so healthy that I went to stay with her at Blackburn, and she made me eat an apple after every meal that I stayed there. An apple after every meal. Consequently, I hated apples for 30 years after that. Nana's last 5 years have been a blessing here at Marana Gardens. She became very happy and loved it here. Thank you especially to the staff and to the residents here at Marana who have nurtured Nana through this time. Even to the end, she had a cheeky wit and enjoyed mixing with other residents here. She also had a great love for her wider family as it grew and accepted all who she came in contact contact with. You know, Nana had an incredible passion for God, and for her children and grandchildren to know God, and for those that she met to know God. She was a constant evangelist in everything she did. She never stopped inviting people to come and know about Jesus and make him the centre of their life and their decision making. It was more important to her than anything else in life. She was a champion for social justice, always insisting that everyone, including her family, do the right thing. Eat right, live right, care for others, go to church, love God, go to heaven and live forever. She believed that she would live forever, as Steve indicated earlier, and it seemed that that might be a possibility when she got to 97, and she was always there. You've known, some people of us have known Nana for all of our lives, and she's always been there. So she looked forward to the second coming of Jesus and desperately wanted to be alive when he returned. Lynn and Pippi picked her up every week on the Sabbath day and took her to church. And she looked forward to lunching at Pippi's home after that, and her favourite meal was Bob's cauliflower and white sauce, which she loved. And one Sabbath morning on June the 11th, she got up, she had breakfast, she put on her best Sabbath clothes and lay down on the bed waiting for Lynn to come, to pick her up to go to church where she met Jesus each week. She had no pain or trauma. She was just tired and she went to sleep. And she got her wish, because the next thing she knows, she would be having a face-to-face meeting with Jesus personally. I'm sure she may have asked many of you if you wanted to go to heaven. She may also have said that she would miss you if you weren't there.
She told that to my mum.
She said that to her own sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mum still, she said that's a big regret, Joyce.
However, many people have heard that Nana would miss them when she got to heaven. But she has also been heard saying, but I'll be looking for you there. She sincerely hoped and prayed that each of you would know, that each of you would come to know of the great love of God and his desire to bring life to you as he had to her and her family. She was a great mother, auntie, grandmother, sister, a caring friend and a wonderful person, and she will be sadly missed. Rest in peace, Dorothy.
We have some reflections here at the moment. Lynn and Pip are going to be saying something. But before they do, I've got a poem here, and it's a poem for Mother. You never said I'm leaving. You never said goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only God knew why. A million times I needed you. A million times I cried. If love alone could have saved you, you never would have died. In life I loved you dearly. In death I love you still. In my heart you hold a place that no one could ever fill. It broke my heart to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of me went with you the day God took you home.
Wow, she was a great lady, Mum was, and all of the kids, all of the grandkids here, she was to others and how she loved her Lord. She lived for the Lord and she wanted to be always alive when Jesus came. When I was young, I remember Swaggy's living under the house at Ferntree Gully. Mum was always feeding the homeless, even taking her coat off her back to give to someone else in need. I believe that her mother, my nanny, Elsie, would also help those in need, and she was also very kind. So it's been just such a family trait right through and through. The legacy of the whole family's continued with the children, grandchildren, and the great-grandchildren, feeling led to consider to help those who are less fortunate. And I know Kayla, our niece at the moment, the next granddaughter, is doing a great coffee ministry at the moment. You know, her father Glenn used to, and Peter, they all used to go down to Kilmagata every week. I don't know whether you still do it. Just right through the family, Trevor and Julie, they've taken numerous people into their home. My goodness, it's like, wow. Really opening up. It's really something that, you know, Mum and Dad, it came from Dad too. Also, I don't know whether I wrote that down, but Mum and Dad had a soup kitchen, and they used to feed the homeless here on the Gold Coast too. So it was a real legacy. That's something for you, Kayla, that you've really taken after now. I recall one night going into a fish and chip shop, and would you believe, Mum blurted out to the man behind the counter, "Do you believe in the second coming of Jesus Christ?" I said, "Mum, we're in the fish and chip shop, we're here twice." And he was just so startled, the look on his face. That was just Mum's answer. I think he was just convinced. If you haven't experienced, Dorothy was always very confronting and to the point. She had this exuberance and faith in God, and she wanted everybody else to have it. She always told me how wonderful I was, even to the end, and lifted me up on a pedestal. She gave me faith and encouragement to believe in myself. She was proud of all her children and grandchildren and all what they've achieved in life. It's just been amazing. She was a wonderful witness. Thornton here used to live next door to Mum here, and then they had a bit of competition. There was always playing bowls in the room here, and yeah. But she was a wonderful witness, and she always had a kind word for everybody here, for all the lovely people that have come from the home here today at Marana. She's just loved it here, and we've all loved her. Mum's inspirational words are to live your life so that others may see Jesus in you. We've made a bookmark here today, and we'll give them out soon. And Jesus answering said unto them, "Have faith in God." And how is our faith today? As my brother Bill always said, he would always ask, "How's your faith today?" Rest in love, rest in peace, love. You fought a good fight.
I've come speaking days are over, as you can hear. But how blessed you are to have Mum. I've had them 77 years. That's pretty low record, isn't it? It's wonderful. I don't think I would have survived those early years with all those kids without my Mum. She catch a bus and a train. And the bus come to me to hang out with washing. She'd go over like rehang it my way. Eventually learned just to be so thankful. And anyone who has a mother is the most precious thing in your life. Even though put a hole in that post. Except here we've still got half a dozen or more mothers and these ladies in Mum's little house who just love us. And we love them. We are so blessed. I'm thankful that I've had such a beautiful mother, very forthright woman, always growing at me. And half my life I spent leaving her house in tears. And then she came here and I thought, I'll have to put her out because she said drown people in religion or in diet. And I used to say, no, they had a strong religion. Religion by diet. By diet, no resurrection by diet. And that was so true. But after her first month here, she realised it was fun because she's a people person. And she had all these people to love. It was just beautiful. And they take her out and us and buy her an ice cream. And life was just wonderful. And in this place, we live in a little house with about 8 people, 10 people. And you become a family. And it's been a beautiful experience for all of us. I would strongly recommend all nursing homes to do the same thing. But anyway, I want to thank you all for coming, for loving us, that you all do, for loving Mother. She's left a beautiful legacy for all of us, hasn't she? The night before, about 2 weeks ago, I sat with her in the lounge room after tea with Rosie, and we all held hands and we just chatted away. And she said to Rose, Rose, I've got such peace because of my faith and my hope in God. And I'm thinking to myself, Mother, you've still got it. God's still got a reason for it. Praise God for this. God bless you all. We love you.
Paul was unable to make it today, so I think that
we'll be seeing some photos of Dorothy's life now. They will magically appear on the screen. of the little one in all of those pictures. Why don't you bow your heads with me as we close? Now, Father God, we thank you for the life of Dorothy Alma Liversidge. Thank you for loaning her to us for 97 years. Thank you that she has been able to teach us of your will and of your ways and of the truth about you. Thank you that she's been able to share with us the gift of love that you've placed within her. Thank you that she's been able to share life with us, that she's learned and received from you. Father, we just appreciate your goodness to her in bringing her through life in such a positive way, in a way that would bless people and would bless your name as the provider, God. Father, thank you that we can be called Nana's friends and Nana's family, and we gather here today to remember her and to honour her as a beautiful woman of God. Thank you. In the name of Jesus we pray. You can hang around for a little while if you want. There's some foodie stuff happening here. So feel free to mingle and meet some of Nana's other friends who you don't know.
That was cool, right? You could hear most of it. I was sitting there trying to tell her to talk louder. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully all the best today and thinking of you and lots of love. Yeah, thank you.